What's up guys, Goons with Guns here. Today we're going to be doing a part 2 on our Ruger 1022 bug out bag. If you haven't seen the first video, check it out in the description down below, and let's get into this. So first, we've utilized this mallet webbing on the outside, and we've replaced our primary knife. So it used to be the Gerber Bear Grylls Ultimate Survival Knife, and we got a lot of crap in the comments for that, so we've changed this, and we think this is a much better knife for what we want. This is the Glock 78. It's a really tough knife. It's made in Austria, and Glock is tried and true. Great company. This knife is a spring steel, so it's not stainless, but Glock has kind of made up for that by giving it a phosphate coating, which is this black you see on here, and that helps to prevent the rust. And that can of course be reapplied, and it gives it a pretty cool look too. As you can see, there's a cover on the back here, so you could run a stick into there and make a spear. We haven't tried that, but it's always something we could try in the future. Here in the first pocket, start out, we've got some lint, just some dryer lint. This stuff makes good fire starting material. So, and you know, it's always good to utilize stuff that you have around the house. Yeah. We've also changed our flashlight from the previous video. This is what I think is a much nicer design. It is actually a predator hunting flashlight, so it is red. It reduces the ambient light, so it's going to be harder to see. Most animals can't see it, so you can use it at nighttime for hunting if that were necessary in a survival situation. We've also changed our compass from the previous video. Our last compass was a Silva Engineer, and it was a great compass. It was aluminum, but it was a lensatic compass, and when we made that video, we didn't realize that you can't use lensatic compasses with a map, but this is an orienteering compass, which is a lot different. We have the degree measurements. You can get bearings with this. You can use it with a map. It's pretty nice. This is a cheap Run & True Arc 3. Comes with the lanyard. These are really cheap, but the nice thing is they're made in the USA, and they're a pretty nice design, and from what we've seen, it's pretty durable. I don't think it's going to break in the bag. Now, we have all of this as part of, all of these go with this, and this is a Sawyer mini water filter. This is a lot like a Life Straw, but it's about half the size, and it can filter up to 100,000 gallons with the proper cleaning. So we might make another video on this at some other time, but basically we included this because in our area there is a ton of water. Like, you can't go more than a mile without finding a water source. So I was really excited to include this into the video. As you can see here, this is the straw part of it. You can sip water directly from a source with this, and then you can also screw it onto any standard water bottle, and this comes with it, but you can also use water bottles, and this is how you clean it. You take this, put it in the fresh water, like the clean water purified already, and you back flush it through the filter a couple times. You push pretty hard, and that's how you get that 100,000 gallons that they advertise. Here's an additional way of starting fires that we've improved on from the last video. So in our last video, the only way that we had to start fires was using the ferrocerium fire rod on the Gerber Bear Grylls Ultimate Survival Knife, and that's not going to work. We're not good enough to do that. We haven't trained enough. So we have some waterproof, not fireproof, dirt-proof, wind-proof, these matches, and the name of these is Yuko Stormproof matches, and if you look it up on YouTube, you can find videos of people dunking these underwater while they're lit, they pull them out, they go like this, and they're still burning. They do that with, like, they bury it, and it still works. It's great. We also have some cotton stored away in there, and you strike these right on the side here, and it comes with more strikers too. So that is it for that pocket. Moving on to this pocket here, we have more fire starting tools. This is a Bear Grylls Ferrocerium fire rod. This is just a striker. Pretty cool. It's got a whistle on it on the lanyard. It's kind of short. You can't put it around your neck, which is a bit of a bummer. But it gives you some helpful hints on, like, signals and, like, signaling for help and stuff, which I find pretty cool. We've replaced our pocket knife. The last one was a buck Bandana, which is a great knife. Awesome for skinning and paring and stuff. But this is a Guidesman. I'm not sure the exact model, but this has an aluminum housing here. So it's a lot sturdier. There's no play in the blade. And I'm pretty sure this is a pretty comparable price to the last one. We actually got this for free from a fishing tournament, so I was pretty excited about that. But yeah, the aluminum's a lot nicer than that plastic. Here's one of our BX25s for the Ruger 1022. This is just an awesome magazine. We only have one of them right now, which we want to get more, but I mean, I don't know. Here's one of our BX10s. These are awesome for hunting. Probably my favorite. We've had very few, like, holdups or any sorts of feeding problems with those. And I'm pretty sure, like, the few that we did were because we were breaking in the mags. Here's another one. Now, one of these we've actually altered so that so there's less spring tension, so it'll push it easier. So I'm pretty sure that's going to help with one of our feeding issues that we had. And there's videos of how to do that on YouTube. Here's some of our CCI Mini Mag 22 RLR HP. These are hollow points. These are standard velocity. They're amazing for small game. And we also have a few hundred more rounds of these, just not in the video. Let's see if we have anything else in here. Nope. Alright, let's get into the bag. So I'm going to move these so you guys can see. So, probably the biggest difference between this video and our last is in the last we didn't have any form of, like, self-defense besides our 22, and the 22, as you guys know, isn't a very powerful round. It's going to stop someone, but not nearly as effectively as a higher caliber. So what we have here is a Ruger Security 6. I believe this is a 6-cylinder. Yep, 6-cylinder revolver, single and double action. It shoots a 357 and a 38, and this is a really nice gun. They don't make these anymore, but they make similar models, and it's nice to keep with that Ruger name. Since we're doing the Ruger 1022 Takedown, it's nice to have another Ruger. We have a box of ammo. We'd obviously bring more in the case of a survival scenario, but that's what we have as of now. And here's this again. This is our Daisy Slingshot, really cheap. Pretty fun though, and definitely an invaluable tool to have in a survival scenario. Because ammo is just so plentiful. You pick up a rock and there's your ammo. You're good to go. We should probably train with this more, because it's a lot of fun to use and a lot of fun to train with, but yeah, definitely something we wanted to keep in this pack. Now this is just basically a pocket handsaw. These things are cheap as dirt. You can find them pretty much any home improvement store, any type of outdoor store, and we use this for hunting, for clearing limbs, like for bow hunting season. And They're cheap, they're easy to find, and they work really well too. And you could like this would help to like fortify a shelter, get limbs and stuff from trees. Just great to have. And it's really lightweight. Here's our survival bandana that we had in the last video. Gives you some helpful tips and tricks, some wilderness hacks, some pretty cool stuff written on here. And of course, you can wear this to keep you cool in the summer. It can help to filter water, but we don't really need to do that since we already have our water filter. But there's so many uses for a bandana. And this was also in our last one. This is the E-Tone survival radio. It's got a flashlight on there on the front. You can charge your cell phone and stuff with this, but it's not that big of a deal in a survival situation. A lot of people, I'm thinking a lot of people thought that this is unnecessary, but I kind of wanted to address that because in a survival situation, you don't want to have to live off the grid. You want to be able to know when it's safe to come back onto the grid because you want to get back to your normal life. So being able to stay in contact with the outside world and because this has like radio channels on it. So when you're able to know when it's safe to return to your home, you want to do that so you can get back to your life as soon as possible. And yeah, this is pretty cool. Yep, got the flashlight, got the radio. It's also got all the weather frequencies on there too. Alright, so that's it for that. Now get back to the gun itself. So you guys like this. This is one of my favorite guns. The 1022 was cool enough, but then we got this multicam stock with the stainless steel, and I'm just in love with it. It's really cool. One of the things that we could set this up for is like this flashlight. We could replace this barrel end. We have an aluminum one that has rails on it, so if we wanted to, we actually have it on another 1022. We might include a picture of that. And also we have a video on our channel of our other 1022. You can check that out and see one of these lights. But yeah, it has a rail on the side and on the bottom, and you can attach this and you can have a light. So main reason we didn't do that is because we don't have an optic on this, and running iron sights at night would be a nightmare. And yep. Alright, so I think that's just about it, and thank you guys for watching. If you have any suggestions, please leave a comment. Like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're not already, and we'll see you in the next one. See you guys.